in the month of September. It's welcoming you on that edition of newspapers today. My name is Oluchi Dauda. This morning I'm starting with the Punch newspaper. Yes, it's leading with this story. NDLEA files 24 charges, seizes 14 mega assets. This is a story leading the banner headlines on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning, and it comes with the riders. Agency uncovers shopping malls, others owned by ex-IRT commander. Kyari's deputy Ubua fails to declare 100 million naira life insurance policy. Still on the front page of the Punch newspaper, here you can see the picture story there, and below the picture stories, 2 dead, others trapped in Lagos building collapse. The picture is right there on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. And above the masthead, Ogun, Lagos, Rivers communities battle hazardous waste. NNPC defends 68 million liter daily consumption, backs forensic audit. These stories are on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Moving now to The Nation, and The Nation is laden with this story. NNPCL petrol to sell for 462 naira per liter without subsidy. It is a story making the banner headlines on the front page of The Nation newspaper. We sincerely apologize for the technical hitch we are experiencing there. Please bear with us. Yes, still on the front page of The Nation newspaper, Nigeria seeks debt for climate swap deal. You can also see the picture of the building collapse. PDP crisis, hope dims for reconciliation. IG to US government, no threat to next year's election. Still above the masthead of The Nation newspaper, ASU raises 7-man panel to counter smear campaign. 15-year jail term awaits land grabbers in Oyo. Banks cut work hours to save operational costs. These stories are on the front page of The Nation newspaper. Moving now to the Nigerian Tribune. And the Nigerian Tribune is laden with this story. PDP may ask Ayu to step aside. Atiku no longer VK's target, party source, while Otam continues to back Rivers governor. It is a story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Yes, we have other stories. Headless body of missing Ondo Tescam director found. A sad one. Yes, the picture stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune is still the picture of the building collapse in Lagos. 2 dead at 7-story building collapses in Lekki. A sad one. Lagos government orders arrest of developer. Same-faith ticket, Senator Adeyemi proposes amendment of an Electoral Act 2022. Or your government criminalizes land grabbing offenders, risk 15-year jail term. Suspected stowaway discovered in parked aircraft at Lagos Airport. Alaafin Stool shortlisted contestants hold peace talks ahead of today's interview. And still on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, ASU raises 7-man rapid response team. No threats to Nigeria's 2023 election, IGP tells UN, plays chiefs. These stories are on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. A quick look at what the blueprint has for us this morning. The blueprint is leading with this story. Presidency, Senate must ban on same-faith tickets. And it comes with the riders' amendment to Section 84 of 2022 Electoral Act on the card. Odds still favor Tinubu Shetima ticket for 2023. Smart Adeyemi, stop blaming your woes on APC. Okechukwu tells Ayu, PDP won't implode. Crisis family affair. Atiku associates reply critics. Government attack Enugu chapter during meeting. These stories are on the front page of the blueprint. Yes, we still have the same picture story of the collapsed building in Lagos. Virtually all the major newspapers are having that as their picture stories this morning. Yes, we have other stories on the front page of the blueprint as well. FG to disburse $350 million cabotage fund to indigenous ship owners. Gunmen kill NSTBC operative, abduct 14 others in Ekiti, Ondo. How debt for climate swap offers $1 billion relief to Nigeria, Africa's debt burden, or Shibajo. These are some of the stories on the front page of the blueprint. And the Guardian is next. And it's laden with this story. AMCAN buckles under 5 trillion naira Tazik assets recovery litigation. That's a story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Yes, you still have same picture story of the building collapse. Below the picture stories there, we have this. Rivers PDP crisis deepens as party chiefs bicker over alleged threats to life. These are some of the stories on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Next is the leadership. And the leadership is leading with this story as 2023 campaign begins in 23 days. Nigerians seek competence above party, religious, ethnic considerations. This is the story making the better headlines on the front page of the leadership newspaper, and it comes with the writers say next president must be competent, healthy, and of good character. We want leaders who can get this nation out of the woods. No threats to next year's election, IGP assures Nigerians. That story is on the front page of the leadership newspaper. Kenya's Supreme Court to rule on presidential election dispute today. Still on the front page of the leadership newspaper, above the masthead, Senate gets bill to amend Section 84, ban same-faith tickets. We are open for forensic audit of fuel supply, NNPC. Those are some of the stories on the front page of the leadership newspaper. Yes, the national economy is nice, and it has this story, why Nigeria's foreign exchange crisis will linger. And it comes with the writers, government paying lip service to economic diversification as manufacturing, agriculture, aviation, other sectors remain in limbo economies. Yes, moving now to the New Telegraph. Moving now to the New Telegraph. The New Telegraph is leading with this story. Presidential campaign panic in APC over Oshibajo, Lawan, Amechi, others. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the New Telegraph. And it comes with the writers, party moves to set up reconciliation team, appease aspirants. Tinubu pencils VP to liaise with Christian community, Amechi, South. We are waiting for INEC to open window on campaign, party chieftain. Still on the front page of the New Telegraph, security threat analysis reveals no threat to 2023 polls, IGP. We are ready for forensic audit, NNPC. Insists daily average supply remains 68 million liters. Says fuel cell for 462 liters without subsidy. Moving now to this day. And these days, leading with this story, Tinubu, we need not worry about PDP. We are not equals. Says opposition parties shouldn't exist any longer. Our presidency will industrialize Nigeria, Shettima boasts. PDP fires back, ask APC candidate to address name, age, education. Uzodinma declares Igbo will produce president when they find peace with nation. What is this story making the banner headlines on the front page of this day? Next is the Daily Trust. And the Daily Trust says military kills 5 ISWAP commanders, over 200 terrorists in Borno, and it comes with the riders. They are using Northeast as training ground. Source: we will continue to fight to them, to take fight to them now. Insurgents attack Borno Mosque, kill Imam, 3 others. It's very sad. 2 dead, several trapped as 7-story building collapses in Lagos. These stories are on the front page of the Daily Trust. Moving now to Business Day. And Business Day says, public service under spotlight as Nigeria's fiscal crisis worsens. It is a story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Business Day. And the last but not the least is the Vanguard. And the Vanguard is also leading with the story of politics. It says, worry in APC, PDP, ABC as party chairman battle conflicts. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. And it comes with the riders. Fresh push to oust Adamu over APC's Muslim tickets heightens. VK's camp in fights to finish with Ayu. While APC presidential aspirants parley was botched, Ralph Nwosu's tenure as ADC chairman has lapsed. Kachuku. It's on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We have below the picture stories here. 2023 Northern senators, others upset over Wiki's opposition to Atiku. 9 die in Abuja crash. FRSC warns against night trips. Niger government discovers 4,000 unqualified teachers. How FG saved Ajaokuta steel industry, reduced disputes cost to $496 million. Malami. These stories are on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Yes, these are the stories we have on some of the national dailies in Nigeria this morning. The stories are made it to the front pages. And I have my regular guests in the house who will be analyzing some of these stories for us this morning. Dr. Yinkandis, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, the picture stories virtually on all the front pages of all the national days we reviewed this morning is the picture of the collapsed building in Lagos.
This is one building collapsed too many. In recent times, we heard that building collapsed. Even the other one was in Kano.
Yes.
The last. I don't know what's happening. Does it mean that our architects, our builders are not using the right mix of what they are supposed to use? Do you have people who are qualified building these houses? You see, this is another offshoot of corruption. Because somebody will tell you to buy so amount of cement, you go and buy less, or quality of cement, you don't use the right quality. The iron steels they are using, there are right dimensions they are supposed to use. They will, because of money, they will not buy this. So this, for me, is what's responsible. Then added to that, there should be some inspectors. Some people should be responsible.
Yes, I was coming to that. Yes. Because government has those ministries, actually,
ministries that are to make sure that
exactly. So what is always what's happening? It's only when these incidents happen that you start hearing excuses. Like the blueprints report that developer of collapsed Lagos building defied authority twice.
Yes, I heard the story.
It's coming from the commissioner defying authority, and you're there watching. As in, are there no rules? Are there no laws?
They said they've asked him to stop work. He did not. He continued.
So
what's happening? So that's to tell you that corruption, something must have exchanged hands. You know what I mean? So this country, we have said if you don't kill corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria. So we hope in the next dispensation somebody will come up. But as it is now, like I sang the other time, we are all complicit in the situation of Nigeria. So I'm trying to say that both the leader and the led, we are part of the rot. I said something somewhere. I said, with due respect to the Christendom, if Jesus Christ will come to rule Nigeria, they will look at his face. This is Nigeria. So only God, only divine intervention can save us. And somebody who has the will to even ready to die, that can change things in Nigeria.
Talking about somebody having the will to even be ready to die. Yes. NNPCL says petrol to sell for 462 naira per litre without subsidy.
If not more, not 500. Because it is this subsidy that is assisting. And there is corruption in the subsidy too. We don't know how much precisely, how many liters are we using per day. We cannot tell precisely how much.
Yes, NNPC said it's 68 million liters.
People said it's not true. They cannot be up to that. This man, Ali, Muhammad Ali, the former, still the custom, he debunked it. So there's corruption in it. But you know the problem? That's what is called paradox. That is, it's both right and wrong. That's why I call it paradox. Because whether we like it or not, even with the subsidy fraud, it's better for us to leave subsidy. If they remove it, this government will not last till February. So we have to contend with the fraud for now until perhaps there's a change in government and something better will be done. Because you cannot afford it. If we look at the fraud, the humongous fraud going on, as against what will happen if we remove it entirely, it's better we leave it for now. Let's manage it until something
let's
better.
Let's look at the place of leadership in all this crisis. We talked about building collapse, somebody not doing what, or an agency.
You're talking about assuming there.
Yes,
you're talking
about NNPC now. Let's take a look at the place of leadership in all this.
Where will leadership come from? Is it not from the people? That's why I say we blame both.
Now, once the people have given some set of people their power, that go over there
and do it
right, get it right, represent us, take decisions on our behalf,
and they are not taking it. That's why democracy is the best. Come February now, then we'll change them. I have no apologies for anybody. If I'm not doing well, we put another set of. But somebody asked me, where would the other set of people come from? Are we going to bring Chinese or bring Americans to come out? It's not football that you can bring a coach. In football, you can bring coach from outside Nigeria. You cannot do that with governance. It has to be in Nigeria. That's why I said we need divine intervention.
Okay, now let's look at it. We still have these same Nigerians that are entrepreneurs successfully running private enterprise. So,
but they still have complaint about cost of doing business. They are still complaining.
But they are managing the organization, managing the people there. So why is it difficult for these same Nigerians to be at the leadership space and not?
Don't forget that there is private finance and there's public finance. It's a different ball game. The way I will manage my company depends on me. But the way you will manage country depends on not only you, but other than wrong. You cannot take unilateral decision. National Assembly is there, don't forget, that can put sand into your gari. You may want to do it this way. They may tell you they don't want to do that. What can you do?
Now,
how many people would you sack?
If the government is taking a decision and the best interest of the people, you think the National Assembly will...
You are not getting my point. The people should resonate with the government that wants things done. Let me give you an example. Thank God, this is a very good one. NBC was to sanction some stations that are not paying as at when do. They want to take them off the air. But people come out to say, leave them alone. So tell me, what do you say to that? Whereas the right thing should be done. If you are not paying, you should go off air. But we leave them alone. They are employing people. People will suffer. That is the point I'm saying. We, the people, will not allow. Another example. When India wanted to change their economy, they said no car should be imported. That you will make their own cars. Their own cars were ugly. Tata. Tata is the people supported the government that will not... Try that in Nigeria. They'll say, we want to keep people who are importing. You don't want them to eat. That's what I mean by both the government and the government are in it together.
All right. The Punch has the story. She's talking about corruption. Abba Kyari, NDLEA files 24 charges, seizes 14 mega assets. 14. It says agency uncovers shopping malls, others owned by ex-IRT commander.
That's to tell you that mega asset, the word mega, tells you that there is corruption in it. So you cannot tell me this 14. Man is clean. Even one is enough. Because he doesn't have his salary, cannot provide all those assets. That shows that there's something. Snake has hands and legs.
And he didn't just acquire these things today. So how come they have not actually beamed the satellite on him all this while?
We say it in Yoruba now. Every day is for the thief. One day is for the owner. You can't escape all through. One day.
All right. The Nation newspaper. IG to US government. No threat to next year's election.
He's gainsaying it. He's just mouthing it. There is threat.
Okay.
Although I'm one of those who believe there will be election, and I mean it.
Okay.
There will be election. But you should not foreclose it. You should not take it lightly. They have to fight to make sure the election holds. There are lots of threats. You read a story now that they bomb mosque in somewhere now. Have you noticed something? You see, that's the hypocrisy of this media in Nigeria. It's not blown open. It's not hyperbole.
It's on the front page.
I read it. So, what I'm saying is, see the last time they bombed churches in Ondo State, even UN heard about it. I'm just trying to say, I'm with you, that we are saying that with all these things happening, some people are meant to divide us the more. We are divided already. Now, they bomb mosques now. They will not expect that some people to go and bomb church. You understand? That's what they meant by this address to the next year election. You know, once this happens, who will go to vote? But we should not allow them to make election not to happen. So IG should not mouth it. Should not just dismiss it with a wave of hand. Some people are bent on seeing to the fact that election does not hold, but it will hold.
All right. 15-year jail term awaits land grabbers in Oyo. It's on the front page of the Nation newspaper.
I hope it's even more than that. This land grabbing is becoming too much. Even in Osun State, in Oshogbo here, they're still doing it. I hope they use people as scapegoats to make sure that this is put
all right.
in
Banks cut work hours to save operational costs.
Can you imagine? That's what I told you about cost of doing business. Most banks are private sector. Have you forgotten? You said people, entrepreneurs are banks. They are private sector.
Managing their business.
That's what I'm saying. Now they are cutting hours. Now that should tell you that cost of doing business is affecting even the banks. You understand what I'm trying to say? You are correct that at least private sector are managing with the pains. They are still running business, but they are doing it with serious pains to the extent that they need to cut out. Yeah, talking about banks, even media houses. Have you not heard? Because they cannot continue to run on diesel. It's too expensive. Hello, we need to do something in this country.
All right. ASU raises 7-man panel to counter smear campaign. Should that be the next thing?
I don't see it as smear. I just spoke about it. Look, both ASU and government are running in tandem to kill education. How do I mean? As we speak now, there's something called Boko Haram. I'm sure you have heard about it. That says education is forbidden. If you now say you want to close down universities indefinitely, are you not playing into their hands? They will just smile. Somebody said he doesn't want to eat your food. You now said you will not even take the food to that person. The person will just smile. I said, I don't need your food. So they should be very careful. They are playing into the hands of people. Already now, state universities are now asking students who are in federal universities to come and to change their schools to come and join them. Private universities are also calling on them. So at the short run, ASU will be correct. But at the long run, people will blame ASU.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Yankan, for making it to the
Are we done?
Yes, our time is far past. Thanks. Yes, also want to say thank you to my producer, Akena Olabi, and our viewers. Thank you for always being there. My name is Oluchi Amuda. Keep enjoying the rest of our programs. Good morning.